Hey guys, the world is changing and so are we. The world is changing and so are we. I mean, isn't that profound? That is so evidently profound in everything we face today in the game of life. When you take a look at what's going on in our political structures, when you take a look at what's going on in the monetary systems, I mean, who would have thought what's taking place right now in the power and the influence of major Fortune 500 companies and in countries around the world now accepting new currencies that are turning people into millionaires overnight. I mean, when you've got billionaires all over the world taking a look and investing in things that are not considered the norm, that's got to tell you something. When you take a look at the global shift in consciousness that is taking place with people right now, this is an incredible time to capitalize and to be living in right now. Hi, my name is Val Smyth from 1UpListBuilder.com. I am totally stoked. I'm passionate. I'm enthusiastic about the project we put together here for you. Oh yeah, it was difficult to be patient, to be quiet, to sit back, to analyze, to look at the industry, to take advice from Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett says, and he contradicts what the great teachers of the internet say if they're so great. What Warren Buffett says is whatever you love to do, make that your hobby. I mean, that contradicts everything we've been taught on the internet. Whatever you love to do, make that your hobby. Whatever the masses love to do, make that your business. Isn't that amazing? So Tracy and I, we took in a lot of data, a lot of information. We assimilated, we internalized. We spent thousands of hours talking amongst our mastermind group as to what this industry truly needs. And we realized that the biggest influence, the biggest guiding force that could allow us to give people truly what they want. There's a lot of people out there that don't want to buy into all the courses on the internet, that can't see themselves doing all that work. Learning this, learning that, buying this course and seeing it become obsolete later. We've got a lot of unsuccessful people out there on the internet giving the wrong advice. They're teaching information that is so obsolete. They're teaching information that they haven't even been able to capitalize on to become successful. Not all, but I'm saying there's just so much of it out there on the internet, it's going to drive you crazy. So what you got to do is you got to pull back. You got to pull back the reins and stop and think. Then you got to just sit and be still for a moment and say, what truly works? And we were guided back to the great book, Think and Grow Rich, Chapter 5. The whole book is truly amazing when you understand what the book's all about, but Chapter 5, just, that's it. That's it. When you see what Henry Ford was doing, that's it. And so Tracy and I set out to build, with our incredible programmers, we set out to build an incredible model that would allow people to have exactly what they want. And one of my great teachers and mentors said to me, and I guess I really never truly believed this until now, funny years later, he said, Val, you can have everything and anything you want out of life without limit or compromise. And it sounded really good, and it kind of sounded great. It kind of sounded cool, chasing that, but now living it, like understanding really what that means today is amazing. And there's a big population out there on the internet that doesn't want to learn anything. They realize that they're going to be defeated if they have to learn this, learn that, do this, do that. People just want to be able to be anonymous behind the computer. They don't want to go out there and brand themselves. Branding is not for everybody. But the question is, even if I don't do all these incredible things they're teaching me, even if I don't go out and brand myself and become the superstar that they say I need to be, if I'm an introverted person, if I can't speak properly, or if I'm not in a position to speak properly, or if there's obstacles in my life that are holding me back, can I still be successful? And the answer is yes. This whole project, this whole instrumental panel that you're going to see in the back office here, from video tutorials to implementations, were all designed around Chapter 5 of Think and Grow Rich. Henry Ford didn't have all the answers to everything until he wanted those answers to be there at a hit of a button. So we're going to show you all how to build a phenomenal business. All right, when you take a look at what's going on with Google, when you take a look at what's going on with Amazon, with what Bill Gates has done in Microsoft, what Oprah Winfrey's done in Harpo, what Steve Jobs did. I mean, take a look at Steve Jobs. He brought Apple from its fruition. He left Apple, and Apple was crashing and burning, and then they needed Steve Jobs to come back. How can one man come back and turn a company again from the ashes, rising like the phoenix, into one of the most dominant producing companies in the world? And that's because he had the vision. That's because he had the vision and he had the know-how to do it. We're going to teach you all those concepts. We're not talking about what they're teaching on the internet, the goal-setting garbage and the duplication stuff. That's all obsolete training. That's all obsolete marketing, guys. There's a better way of doing this, and you can do this. You can build an empire for pennies on the dollar, and you're going to discover how to do that here. Okay? There's a reason why certain people in life are successful. And we discovered it in the book in Think and Grow Rich. I mean, there's a lot of great books out there. There's a lot of great tutorials you're going to read out there. Think and Grow Rich lays it out on the line. And I should have known because I utilized the same techniques in the past to create fortunes. And now it's time for the internet world to wake up, or the online world, or the business community, or people that just want to utilize their internet connections or their cell phones, knowing that they might not be superstars. They probably are inside. They just don't know it yet. But, feeling they don't want to become the superstar, realizing they don't want to become the issue, realizing they don't want to get out there and be a spokesperson, but they want to make copious amounts of money. Today's the day I want you to circle your calendar, because you now have the opportunity to go from the basement to the penthouse. Right now, as you're sitting here right now, when you see everything that we're putting into play here, the methodology, okay, this is going to blow your mind. You can now set yourself up for life. You can set your children up for life, and you can set your grandkids up for life. I'm using this program right now to independently coach my daughter and my grandchildren for years to come. The model is right out of Think and Grow Rich. I keep repeating that because I'm stoked about it, and I think it's the key element that people have been missing for years. All right? Enough of the insanity of spending all this time, effort, and energy out there, trying to become something that you probably won't become when you don't have to. Let me show you how to put the experts to work for you for pennies on the dollar. And it's all here in the back office. Okay? So look forward to seeing your rise from the basement to the penthouse. See you at the top.